really close to my computer screen to see the pixels because it's like 17 inches and it's 1080p. So those are some tiny pixels.
I understand for people that want to push like 144 hertz,
Hmm.
they want to maintain that smooth frame rate. But other than that, like I don't really see the
Yeah.
benefit of having those type of video cards. But yeah,
So,
that's PC
yeah.
gaming at the moment. That's at
That-
this weird point. Like they're trying to be mainstream, but they sort of can't because some aspect of it is like holding it back.
yeah. It's complicated, generally more expensive.
I know that's like the whole point of Steam Machine was to have you failed miserably, all of you. Ah,
Yeah. Okay. So and the fourth disappointing news, and this is mostly for, well, it could be ominous as a sign of the future. PlayStation Mobile is being shut down. And shut down means that after September 10th, I think, of this year, if you purchase PlayStation Mobile games, you will no longer be able to download them again.
Oh,
Which I think is like that's like that thing where, if you shut down your online game, you not only shut it down, but you also poison the ocean, was the term that I read. This is the thing that people worry about. Like they worry about, if I buy digital, what if, Sony closes as a company? Then those digital games, like I can never download them again. They're just gone. So I have to, store them all myself. Or, and so if I'm going to store them myself, why don't I just buy physical copies?
hmm
Um, Shutting down PlayStation Mobile is sort of like, it's like a preview of the future. Everyone was sort of wary about this, but I don't think it's ever actually happened. GameSpy, they used to own, what was that? There was like a download site before, and then
uh,
GameFly bought it.
wait, the like file planet or something?
Was it that one?
It's like I don't know.
Well, there was like a digital store basically that
oh,
you could buy
yeah, I
PC games
remember.
from.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
then
GameStop bought it or something, or
I think GameFly bought that one. But yeah, like when it was shut down, it didn't get shut down. They just said we're selling it, and then they
yeah,
sold it to the other people, and the other people said, "Oh, well, you bought stuff on here before, so you'll still be able to download it, but we're using this platform as our own
yeah.
digital store now."
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. Yeah.
And so, we didn't really lose out. It was sort of, it was like a scare, but nothing really happened. This time is a scare, and it's real. And so people are, this is like our first glimpse into the it's a real glimpse because we've never seen this before. And so when this happens, like it feels like it could poison the ocean. Like people who get burned by this aren't going to buy digital again. And so when you have things like Hotline Miami 2 and just these awesome games that are digital only, I don't know how much of a hit, but like they've got to take a little bit of a hit from this, where it just that confidence in digital as the future takes a hit because we're getting to see it firsthand what happens when it closes down and you just have no way of getting those things back.
You mean Impulse?
Was it Impulse?
I'm looking
Yes.
it up right
Yeah.
now. I think it is Impulse.
'Cause I remember I bought BioShock from them. Maybe, yeah, maybe.
That was what Stardocs download service or something.
Yeah, it was formerly Stardock.
Yes.
Wait, that's the one GameStop bought, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, GameFly bought
I don't know who came up, but I'll look it up.
bought.
It is scary though, because like
Oh,
what?
Director Drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
that's the one.
So I guess it was weird because like PlayStation Plus like gave out a couple PlayStation mini games when it first was starting out.
Yeah.
So those
Uh,
are all gone, or not gone. They're just like you have to download them before they actually go offline. It's
yeah.
so stupid. It's like what they're on a server somewhere. It's like why not just keep that up? You're killing, just kill the service or kill the program, but keep the games up. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's what they should do. Just because giving people a taste of this is not a good thing for the digital future.
Wait, is
People
this
become
mobiles or
wary.
mini? I forgot.
This
What are you
is
talking about?
mobile,
Oh,
PlayStation Mobile. So this was that thing initially announced as being sort of their Android store. So
oh,
it's
right
like
for their
Xperia
cell phone.
phones.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then later they put it on Vita. And there were some really good games initially, but so a lot of people have been reporting today that basically it went downhill. In the beginning, it cost $100, sort of the industry standard, to become a publisher on there. And then you could release, and it was like pretty heavily curated, I guess. But then later, they just, the $100 developer fee was gone, and it's just sort of opened the floodgates to everyone. And so now, if you look at it, there's just like a lot of knockoff. Let's see. The way I heard it described today was, it used to be sort of the new haven for old school mobile games. So when mobile games were good, and it's like, wow, I do not even remember a time
I was
like
about to
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tropical.
But now it is just like every other mobile game platform, which is just like lots of knockoffs and lots of ports of other mobile games and like lots of hobbyist, like student project looking games. And it's like, so quality has gone downhill. So, it's not hard to understand why they're probably shutting it down. But yeah, shutting it down in this way is like, it feels like a bad idea. And now I'll never make that Vita game. I had a shooter on Vita briefly. And I was trying to make it very Vita centric, but now it's like, well, now that makes no sense.
But you could self-publish, Tropical. You could self-publish.
I know, if I could finish before May. May 31st, I think, is the last day to submit games to the store.
Oh.
And then the store closes, I think, in June, or not June. Yeah, I think September is when it closes.
Mm.
And then the developer portal closes in November. And then PlayStation Mobile is gone. Right now, they're not saying like, so, understandably, a lot of developers are unhappy as well. I saw some today. It's like, yeah, basically most of my user base is on PlayStation Mobile, and with that gone,
Wow.
I basically have no market.
Yeah.
And other people is like, oh, I just found out about this like 4 months ago. Or, the other guy was like, I've been working on this game for a year and a half, like regular people. And now the store that I was going to sell it on and publish to is not going to be there. Yeah, so far, PlayStation Mobile support has just said, it's like, well, you can apply for Vita developer license like everyone else. But it's not that easy. Like, you have to be incorporated as a company. And
Oh,
you also need
really?
a static IP,
Damn.
which people in the US do not have. Unless you have a business account with your ISP. And those cost more.
Yes, they do.
So, yeah. All terrible. Now I have nothing uplifting in the news.
And I just missed everything, didn't I? That's disappointing.
Yes, you did.
Oh, RPG
wow.
has seen my tweet. Yay.
I have not. Why did you? Oh, did you tweet me?
Yes.
Are you monster hunting?
I am not.
So, what's is there a way to know what monsters are what?
I mean,
Because they just give me a name and then say go out and kill it, and I'm just like, I have no idea what that is.
you find out when you go to kill it. That's kind
Wait,
of how that works.
how do you find out when you go to kill it?
Because when you run into it, they give like an introductory cutscene to it, and then you try to kill it, or
Really?
it kills you.
That
Yeah,
did not happen to me.
really?
Or are you talking about big monsters or?
Yeah, the small
Well,
monsters you just have to just kill stuff and hope that you
That's-
basically just hope that that just happens to be what you're looking for. So,
That's too
but I mean,
cool.
there aren't a lot of small monster quests though, so it shouldn't be that. I mean, the only time you'll really be doing small monster quests are like at the very beginning of the game, and like if you just need like random stuff. Like I need like wings from one of the like mini bug things that fly around. It's like I can just get those from any quest, but they have like specific quests that's like killing 12 or 20 of them or something, so I could just do those. But it's like you really won't be like doing that often where it's a issue. But I think there's like in-game like book things that you can buy that kind of describe the monsters and their weaknesses and stuff to you. So I mean, I guess that's one way, but their little pictures next to their hunting mission usually is kind of like a general. I mean, it's not like high def or anything, but you can kind of get an idea of what you're trying to hunt if it's
There's a
like,
picture?
oh my god, Tom, go what the hell?
Yeah, like
Literally.
it just said, "Oh, go get these horns," and I was like, "Okay, but what creature is that?" I just go out, I was like,
It's
well,
like a,
"That one looks like
usually
it has
a s-
horns."
a
Like, I was
small-
like, "Nope." This one? Nope. That one? Nope.
Can you click on the picture or?
No, it's just like it's like a little pixelated picture thing. It's like I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, you'll know. You usually know when you run into something that it's like because there's not like a bunch of different small monsters. You usually like know what you're hunting for. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's not like rocket science. They tell you what it is that you're supposed to be hunting, and usually like the description like gives you a general idea of what it is, so you kind of know it's like oh. This thing kind of looks like what he was describing in the thingy. This might be it, kind of thing. So I
I
guess
was out there
that's...
for days. I learned
Oh,
that you have to
dear.
eat in this game.
You do.
I was like, how come I can't run anymore?
Your
Wow.
stamina constantly drops if you do not eat and
It
stuff.
was,
So
yeah, it was rough.
I would not
So there's no no
Yeah,
well done
what?
steak tutorial in this game.
know what? There's
Well
a
done,
mission
steak
that's specifically for you learning how to make steaks to eat.
I guess
So
Trevor
I don't know
hasn't
how he
played it
missed
yet.
that. You have to do it to progress in the game. So.
Oh yeah, look, I know how to make food, but I didn't know I needed to eat it. Because that mission tells you to give it to another guy. So oh, it's just like something
They explain. Do you just like breeze past anything anybody's telling you when you're like playing or something? Because I mean, usually like the little mission girl will chime in when you're doing something. She's like, "Oh, you need to do this during the missions or something," or like after you complete it, they'll tell you it's like, "Yeah, you should make sure you know how to do that because you're gonna need to, eat while you're out on missions and stuff." Like, do you just like not eat anything that they say, or it's like this is just a thing?
maybe.
And
There's so many words,
Oh, dude.
well, that's how reading
and
works.
it's
Topical.
small.
Oh dear God.
Well, yeah, I don't know, because I've been playing it very, very slowly, and it took just finding that thing took me a few days in real life, and in the game, it was just like, wow, I can't run it. It was they're like gazelles, and they have horn. Yeah,
Oh,
is that? Yeah, that's what they call. I was just like, I don't know what that is, and I went out and just looked for stuff that had horns. I was like, well, I mean, these things look like they have horns, and then the
Well,
thing is, like, they don't always drop horns when you're carving them, and so the first few times I killed them, I was like, they didn't drop any horns. I was like, okay, so it's not this thing, and so I went looking for other stuff, and I just wandered around the whole map several times, like, there's nothing else.
yeah, I was about to say there's literally nothing else, so you should have eventually figured out. It's like, well, this must be it because I can't. There's nothing else for me to hunt.
Can you kill everything in an area? Because it got to a point where
They'll eventually respawn, but
okay, yeah, it got to a point where finally I figured out it's like okay, it has to be this thing, And then so I was killing